There is a place where your mind becomes still, not because the world has quieted, but because you have. Most people search for peace in circumstances, in achievements, in distractions that promise relief, but never deliver it for long. Yet, long ago, a man discovered that peace was never something to chase. It was something to uncover. That man was Gautama Buddha, and what he uncovered was simple, yet life-changing. The practice of being fully present, mindfulness, meditation, not as an escape from life, but as a way to finally see it clearly. Most people live as if they are always somewhere else. Their body is here, but their mind is replaying the past or rehearsing the future. Regret, worry, anticipation, an endless cycle of thoughts pulling them away from the only moment that actually exists, now. The Buddha observed this and realized something profound. The restless mind is the root of much of our suffering, not because thoughts are bad, but because we become lost in them. Imagine sitting by a river, watching leaves float by. Each leaf is a thought. Most people jump into the water, chasing every leaf, getting pulled by the current, exhausted without knowing why. But mindfulness is different. You sit on the shore, you observe, you let each thought pass without needing to follow it. And in that space, something shifts. You realize that you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. The Buddha once guided his students to focus on a single breath, just one, to feel it fully. The inhale, the exhale, the pause in between. Simple, almost too simple. But that is the point, because the mind resists simplicity. It craves stimulation, complexity, distraction. Yet true clarity is found not in adding more, but in removing what is unnecessary. When you focus on the breath, you anchor yourself to the present moment, and in that anchoring, the noise begins to settle. Not instantly, not perfectly, but gradually, like a shaken glass of water slowly becoming clear. Meditation is not about stopping thoughts. It is about changing your relationship to them. Instead of reacting, you observe. Instead of judging, you allow. Instead of controlling, you understand. And through that understanding, the mind begins to calm itself. There is a story of a man who approached the Buddha, frustrated with his inability to quiet his thoughts. He said, "My mind is like a wild animal. It will not listen." The Buddha replied, "Then do not try to control it. Sit with it, watch it, learn its nature. Because the more you fight the mind, the stronger it resists. But the more you observe it, the more it reveals itself." This is where insight begins. You start to notice patterns, how certain thoughts trigger emotions, how certain emotions lead to reactions, how those reactions create consequences. And in seeing this clearly, you gain something powerful: choice, the space between stimulus and response, the ability to pause, to choose awareness over impulse. And that is where freedom lives, not in controlling everything around you, but in understanding what is happening within you. Mindfulness does not require a quiet room or perfect conditions. It can be practiced anywhere, in the way you walk, in the way you eat, in the way you listen, fully present, fully aware. Because every moment you are mindful, you are training your mind, strengthening your focus, deepening your clarity, reclaiming your attention from a world that constantly tries to take it. And over time, this practice begins to change you. You become less reactive, less overwhelmed, more grounded. Not because life becomes easier, but because your mind becomes steadier. The Buddha did not teach meditation as a ritual. He taught it as a way of living, a way of returning again and again to the present moment. And in that return, you begin to experience something most people overlook: peace that is not dependent on circumstances, clarity that is not shaken by chaos, a quiet strength that comes from simply being aware. So begin with one breath, not tomorrow, not later, now. Because the present moment is not something you need to find. It is something you need to notice.